Okay, for number 7, I'm going to go to the whiteboard and do the problem slightly differently. But I do want to match the key at some point. So let me go to the whiteboard, and I'll write down what I'm looking at. And this is problem number 7. I'm looking at, in number 7, to expand something. And I'm looking to expand 2a to the second power. And I'm going to write this as plus minus b cubed to the 6th power. And the way I'm going to write this down is that there's an order to it for me. And I know there's coefficients, but right now, I just want to write down the variable part of the problem. So 2a squared to the 6th, and then minus b cubed to the 0. And what's really easy about this is it's a very simple pattern. It's super simple. And I'm just going to keep writing it down. And again, I'm not suggesting you need to write that down, but I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. 2a squared, 3, minus b cubed, cubed. Real simple pattern, by the way. 2a squared, squared, minus b cubed to the 4. And you should notice that some of those exponents is always going to be 6, right? So 2a squared to the 1st power minus b3 to the 5th. And I'll keep going along. And what do you get over there? 2a squared, 0, minus b cubed, 5. And by the way, yeah, you can do your triangle, but I'm going to start talking about what these look like to me. They look like binomial coefficients, and you can write them down this way. And by the way, I'm not opposed to this being an answer. I'm really not. 6, 5, 6, 4. I think you see a generalized pattern with this as well. 6, 3, 6, 2. And this is going to be 6, 1. And this will be 6, 0. All right, I'm going to start going through it one thing at a time. And as I do it, I'm going to put the equal sign over here. And I have to do each term separately, by the way. And before I do anything, I want to point this 6, 6 business over here. What does that mean? 6 factorial, 6 factorial, 0 factorial. Well, whatever 6 factorial is, when I divide it by 6 factorial is 1, and 0 factorial is 1. And what's nice about this over here, I got a coefficient of 1, and over here it's symmetric, so this one also needs to have a coefficient of 1. In other words, 6, 6 and 6, 0. Let me just get my eraser out. And 6, 0. I'll write this over here. What's 6, 0? 6 factorial, 0 factorial, and 6 factorial. It's symmetric. It's still 1. I mean, it looks exactly the same. Let me get my eraser out. I don't need that anymore. They're nice symmetric things, but I got to do this thing over here, which is problematic for me. And that's going to be what? 2 to the 6th power. 2 times 2 is 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. A12. Let me erase the 1 in front. I really don't need it anymore. And minus b cubed to the 0, there's none of those. Let's do the next one. That's clearly going to be minus. But I got to do 6, 5. And, certainly I'm going to say over time you'll get faster at this, but I'm going to write down 6, 5. And by the way, 6, 5 is the same thing as 6, 1. That's 6 factorial, 5 factorial, 1 factorial. Well, if you want to simplify that, you just get the number 6. So I'm going to write this over here. Now, as I do that, I'm going to do this one over here, too. I'm going to write this thing down as minus 6. All right? Now, if you're wondering where the minus sign's coming from, it's that minus b cubed being raised to the 5th power. Let me go back over here, kind of do that. What are you going to get? 32, a10, b cubed. I need to simplify that, though. By the way, I forgot to write this one down, and I'm sorry about that. This is going to be, there's none of that, but over here, there's going to be minus b to the 15. Sorry about that. I forgot to write that one down. We'll take care of that later, by the way. I got to simplify this, though. And 6 times minus 32 is 180, 192. And I'm going to go over here and simplify that last term. which I forgot to do last time. That's simply going to be minus b to the 15. All right, let's do this guy over here, which is going to be times 2, a squared, and then it's going to be, I'm sorry, I made a mistake over here. This is 6. And that's going to be not 15. Sorry about that. It's going to be 18. And this is going to be plus now. Sorry about that. Let's see what we got. 6, 2, B15. I need to clean that up, and that's going to be minus 12 now. We're going to look at the key later, by the way. And I'm going to keep going through. I'm going to say, let me tell you what I've done so far. I've done this. I've done this. And you notice I kind of do it in a symmetric way. And I'm going to do, let's do 6, 4. All right? So I'm going to go up here and make my erasure. And I want to point out 6, 4 is identical to 6, 2, which is 6 factorial, 4 factorial, 2 factorial. Well, that's going to be 6 times 5 times 4 factorial. You get 4 factorial, 2, that's 2 factorial. They cancel, and you can get 15. So let's write that down. So what do you get up here? Plus 15. And again, we're doing this one here. And this one, which could be minus 15. I'm sorry, plus 15. All right, let's keep going. And I'm looking at this. 2 to the 4th power is going to be 2 times 2 is 8, 16, right? And then you're going to get A8. And you're going to get B6. Let's do the other one. And I'll simplify it later. And let's see. That was going to be 4. And then you're going to get A, let's see, 4. And you're going to get B12. I'm also going to look for patterns in this one. I'm done with it. But 15 times 4 is pretty simple. It's just 60. Now let's do 15 times 16. That's 160 and 80, which is 240. It's going to be minus, and I'm on this middle guy now. And I got to do it. And 6, 3, that's 6 factorial, 3 factorial, 3 factorial. That's 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 factorial. I have a 3 factorial on the bottom, so I did that. And 3 factorial is just 6. This cancels. 6 goes into 6 once, so we get 20. And now we got to do 2 cubed, which is 8. Then you're going to get A6. And I already resolved the sign on it, and that's going to be B9. Now, I got to simplify that. I'm kind of looking at it, and I think I can do it. Let me get my pen out. I'm going to get my eraser. That'd be 160, right? Again, I kind of find these tedious to do, to be honest with you. But I want to kind of look at it. And I'm sort of committing to this as an answer right now. All right, but before I do it, I want to look at the B's. And it looks like, if I go in from the bottom up, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3, none, going down by 3. Now, if I look at the A's, they're going down by 2 from the top up. 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, none. All right? Coefficient's a little harder to predict, by the way. What I'm going to claim is I feel pretty comfortable with this, but comfortable or not, I want to go to my answer key. All right? And when I go to the answer key, what I'm going to try to do is to see if I've matched it. All right? And I'm looking at it, and this is problem number 7, if you can recall. It's taken some time to get there, right? So did I get this term, 64A12? Yes. Did I get this term, minus 192A10B cubed? Yes. Did I get this term, which is 240A8B6? Yes. Did I get this term, minus 160A6B9? Yes. Did I get this term, plus 60A4B12? Yes. Did I get this term, Minus 12, a squared, b15. Yes. Did I get this one? b18? Yes, I did. I'm pretty good to go. Thank you.